Hey, this is Mikey, here to talk about a couple of things. First thing being type paths, second thing being Patreon. Now, by now, I'm hoping you saw my latest tutorial that just came out today at the same time about my new Patreon campaign I'm doing. And if you haven't, go check out the tutorial because it's a really cool tutorial and a really cool technique. But I want to talk about Patreon and I want to talk about type paths. Now, I have a new update to type paths, and I'm giving it away for free all through the month of April in honor of this launch of the new Patreon campaign. So this is my way of saying thanks for putting up with me. I'm doing some self-promotion. Thanks for checking out the Patreon campaign and seeing all the different perks and things over there. And as a thank you, here is a free preset. Not only is it free, but I've got a brand new update, which is really, really cool. Now, I do want to stress to you, just in case you're worried, that nothing's going to change with my YouTube channel. I'm going to continue to do the 2 tutorials a week that I always have been doing, and that's not going to change. It's still free. So with Patreon, don't worry if you can't afford it. That's not something you want to do. That's totally fine. Just keep on being an awesome subscriber and watching these videos. Now, let's talk about type paths. What type paths is it's an animated font, but it's not a normal font. It's a shape layer font, and it's all actual just paths, which is really cool. You can do some cool stuff with that. So let me create a new composition and a background, and let me show you how it works. So make sure there's nothing selected because it is a shape layer, but if I double click on it, it'll create a new shape layer and it'll create the letter. So here we have, I can choose letters or numbers or symbols. Let's go back to letters, and I can choose the character, and then under character control I can choose if it's lowercase or uppercase, italics. I can change the thickness, really cool. All sorts of controls I have. I can add a stroke to it and really kind of customize the way this font looks. Really, really fun. Now, the cool thing about this is if I say take the shape layer and I start duplicating it, look what happens. It starts to automatically align these out. And how this is set up is the very first layer, shape layer 1, is your control layer. So if I go down to shape layer 1, and then what I have down here under alignment is I can now move this around and kind of auto track this. I can left justify it, right and center justify it. Now the new update, let me show you what this new update is I can pull in text from a different layer to automatically fill in everything for me. So if I bring in a new layer, let's call this After Effects. And the way this works is it doesn't recognize spaces, so if you have 2 words, just don't put in a space. Let's go to that shape layer, and then right here at the bottom it says Text Input Layer. Let's select After Effects and this Auto Text on. Now, all I have to do is duplicate this out. And it will automatically spell it out. So let's go back to that shape layer 1, which is my control layer. Let's set this to center justified and bring the tracking in. Now you'll notice it's not quite centered, and the way that the justification works is it needs to know how many layers there are and where they start. Since I have this text layer up here above everything, it messes that up. So there's 2 things I can do. I can change this right here. This says the control layer to layer 2 because that's where it starts, layer 2. Or I can leave that at layer 1, which is the default, and then move this layer down beneath everything. Or just hide it all together. Sometimes you need to have layers in certain positions, and so that's why there's that option there. So let's come back in and let's maybe change the thickness on all this anyways. Okay. Take off the stroke. And there we have After Effects. And even after we move the layers around, they still will work fine with the justification and the tracking. Now, The last thing on here is this right on completion. You see here is I can have it automatically right on. Really cool. So that is TypePaths version 2. And the big new update with this is having the text auto feed into the layers. Really, really cool stuff. So auto text based on another text layer. That is TypePaths, absolutely free for the month of April. Available over at cinemaspice.net. And again, if you haven't done so, please go check the Patreon campaign. There's a link in the description. Really cool stuff. And so I really encourage you to go check it out. Check out the perks, all the different things I'm offering for the different levels of Patreon support. You're really going to enjoy it, and I know there's a lot of value there. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.